Good evening, Tigers, and welcome to 23 News. I'm Ireland Shelton.
I'm Jacqueline Harris. It's time for this week's Mizzou News to Know.
8 a.m. classes had a bit of competition Tuesday morning as hundreds of students lined up outside Mizzou Arena to cast their vote in the 2020 presidential election. Lines formed as early as 5 a.m. and voting was not over until 7 p.m. 23 reporter Jacqueline Harris has coverage on Mizzou's role in this historic election.
Mizzou Arena served as a polling location for the election on November 3rd. Brian Brown is a first-time election judge and deputy athletic director at MU and worked both to set up the arena and election day.
It is one that will be very accessible for anyone who's registered to vote in Boone County or throughout the state. I think also it suggests the importance because of Mizzou Arena, is, particularly in athletics, is kind of one of our pillars in terms of gathering place. It is familiar. It is something that I think student athletes would see, and students and the local community would see us as a location that is an important kind of a landmark.
Polls opened at 6 a.m. and closed at 7 p.m. Precincts 1E, 1I, 6B, and 6F were assigned to Mizzou Arena, but any Boone County voter was free to vote at that location. Amon Lloyd was at the front line of the Mizzou Arena, having arrived there at 4:30 a.m.
So I just knew how important it is to vote. I mean, we all have a right to vote. I think we should take advantage of that right. And then it's just important for our voices to be heard.
Aside from assisting in the use of the arena as a polling location, the athletics department is also assisting student athletes in voter registration process and providing educational resources and sessions through their participation in the SEC Council on Racial Equality and Social Justice.
I'm so very proud of the initiative because a number of students who were not registered, who had not been voting in the past, registered.
As the morning progressed, the line surrounding Mizzou Arena stretched toward the parking lot. Lloyd says that she encourages everyone to exercise their voting rights in future elections.
I would just say, do your research, make sure whichever candidate you pick really just embodies how you feel, what changes you want to be made, and just kind of represents your motives and values.
For MUTV 23 News, this is Jacqueline Harris. While many had a bone to pick with COVID this Halloween, Unchained Melody's Dog Rescue made the most out of the pandemic by hosting a trunk-or-treat event for the whole family. Along with decorated trunks and homemade dog treats, there were also prize giveaways and donations made to the rescue center. 23 News reporter Ireland Shelton got the story.
On Friday, October 28th, Unchained Melodies, a dog rescue center in Columbia, held a trunk-or-treat event for the whole family. I spoke with director Melanie Whitworth about the event and why she decided to have it.
This is called Tail Wagging Trunk or Treat, and we believe that dogs are family. So we had a trunk or treat that's geared toward the dogs. We have dog games and dog treats that are homemade by all of our volunteers. Of course, we have candy for the children as well. So this is just a fun way to do some outreach to the community and just have some fun. I just took the regular trunk or treat theme and just gave it a twist that kind of led itself toward dogs.
Whitworth said her favorite part of the event was the amount of people who came.
How many people showed up? It's great to see everybody supporting us.
Unchained Melodies aims to rescue dogs all over the Columbia area and helps them achieve a better life.
Unchained Melodies Dog Rescue is a rescue whose mission statement is to rescue the chained and penned, abused, and neglected dog. We speak for those that have no voice.
From children in princess costumes to dogs dressed as lions or parents taking pictures, everyone who attended the event seemed to have a great time. There were lots of big smiles and wagging tails. For 23 News, I'm Ireland Shelton. Social distancing and involvement seem like polar opposite concepts, but for Mizzou's involvement ambassadors, these two go hand in hand. The program has already hired new members, working hard to ensure that Mizzou students have as many involvement opportunities as possible. 23 News reporter Ryan Cohen has the story.
Mizzou's Involvement Ambassador program has welcomed new members for the upcoming school year, and they're already getting to work. Involvement ambassadors have many responsibilities and duties.
Involvement ambassadors provide one-on-one consultations and also give group presentations to students.
The program also welcomed back a number of returning members, including their executive team, who have their own responsibilities.
As the Vice President of Operations for Involvement Ambassadors, I usually do things to make sure the program is running smoothly.
The whole team of Involvement Ambassadors, whether new or returning, have gotten along very well, according to first-year Ambassador Daniela Reyes.
my coworkers, you can really feel such a community between us. Like even on our Zoom calls, we all care about each other and we all love what we do. And I know I can reach out to any of them whenever I need, and they're so helpful and so kind.
One common characteristic shared by both first-year and returning involvement ambassadors is a desire to help their fellow students.
I like to serve students and just be someone who can genuinely help them, so that's something I think I've accomplished.
I think my biggest goal is to help anyone, but especially freshmen, to get involved and find things that they like.
The involvement ambassadors will continue the important work of keeping students engaged on campus in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ryan Cohen, MUTV 23 News.
Thanks, Ryan, for covering the story. Spring semester is right around the corner, and enrollment season has begun. As Mizzou ends its first semester with the official COVID guidelines and in-person learning, second semester looks promising. 23 News reporter Nyoko Morgan has the story on the course registrations for the spring. Check out the full story on MUTV's website.
That's all we have for tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in to our show. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at MUTV23. I'm Ireland Shelton.
And I'm Jacqueline Harris. Have a great night, Tigers.